So what is energy security and why do we need to think about it? Well, of course, we depend on energy for all aspects of our lives. We need to make sure that the lights will stay on, and if we're reliant on accessing that from outside of the UK, then we may not have control over the prices and the supply of that energy. At the moment, our electricity sources come from fossil fuels. We still have quite a bit of nuclear power generating our electricity, but we're moving to green and renewable sources of electricity. Solar power, onshore wind, a great resource of offshore capacity, offshore wind, wave and tidal. But a really important point is that each of these three offshore renewable energy technologies are really key parts of our future energy mix. And that energy mix is going to be changing and transitioning as we move towards our goal of net zero by 2050. Offshore wind is seen very much as the backbone of our future decarbonised electricity system. This is extremely successful, and as we go further offshore we can access higher wind speeds and more consistent wind. But of course there's still times when the wind doesn't blow, and there are some times when the wind is blowing and it's more electricity than we need. When we have a large amount of renewable energy from natural sources, we really benefit from having a diverse mix. So putting together wind with solar, they will complement one another, but also if we can add in wave energy and tidal stream as well, then all together they will provide a much more consistent and reliable supply of electricity. We're also looking at the integration of hydrogen with offshore wind and offshore renewable energy more generally. And hydrogen can be very valuable in that it can provide storage of the peak wind when it's not needed, and then can be used to feed that back in through the electricity system, through fuel cells, for example. Or alternatively, it can be used as an entirely off-grid system where the offshore wind farm can be used to produce hydrogen, which will be then used for other sources of fuel or power or energy generation. Within Plymouth we have a huge range of expertise to apply in solving some of the really challenging questions and research challenges around offshore renewable energy. We do a lot of research to try and understand how we can design those systems. We have a large ocean basin and a hydrodynamics facility here where we can scale down the conditions in the sea before they then get built at larger scale. One of the really exciting things that's happening at the moment is that we're working together with partners in the region across the southwest, Cornwall and into Wales to develop floating offshore wind in the Celtic Sea. It's very exciting to be able to do something that's so important to all of us. In order to have a reliable and consistent supply of energy to keep our lives running smoothly, we need to have that energy security.